So welcome guys to this Superfluid community call. This is community call number 2. And we are extremely happy that you guys joined it. And we hope that you will enjoy today as we prepared pretty super cool agenda. So there is a link for the agenda today, but I'm going to go quickly through it. So today we will have dashboard look around by Mike. So we will play around with the dashboard and we will see like how it goes around the dashboard and how to make a stream, how to cancel the stream, and we will play with the dashboard. Then we will have callbacks and other protocol features by Meow. He will show you the protocol from the developer perspective and how to make callbacks and how to make other super cool features. And then you guys can get ready your questions as we will have Q&A session in the end. So that's all from me, and I'm passing the mic to Mike.
Cool. Before we get on with the dashboard, do we want to launch one of the polls to understand who is on the call, just to share a bit of who we are, or are we doing an introduction round? Maybe just to present each other quickly. What do you say, Annette?
Yeah, let's launch the poll to see who we have on the call. It will be just very short one.
While we do so, I'll quickly say who I am. So I'm Michele. I'm one of the co-founders here, and I'm running as CEO. So I'm doing all the boring stuff and looking after product a little bit. So some of the dashboard that I will present today was a combined effort led by Cesar and me and our dev team. So it's a kind of multi-hat role, which strips me apart in all directions. Maybe I'll pass it on to Francesco.
Yeah, I'm Francesco, I'm the CEO. I do boring stuff, which is not the boring stuff Mike does, but it's our boring stuff. And I'm the top user of the dashboard because I have to show it to everyone. And I love how it works, so I hope you guys like it too. And I'll pass it to Meow.
Yeah, Meow. Hey, I'm Meow. I'm a CTO of the company, and today I'm going to show you something about the callbacks. So a lot of people are using the callbacks and building super apps already, but there's almost no documentation, no tutorial, and it was amazing that a lot of people use it. Today I'll give you a little bit more lights onto it, and I'll give you some updates about what's going to come soon. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, someone from outside of the team, maybe Andrew, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, very happily. Hello, everyone. So I'm Andrew, co-founder of something called Reality Cards, which is a brand new kind of NFT prediction market, which hasn't been released yet, releasing it in January. And I'm here because Superfluid is very much something we might be able to implement into our project one day.
What do you mean with might?
Well, I look forward to learning more about it to make the decision.
Dimitri, are you there?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Dimitri. I'm the co-founder of Stakewise. It's an ETH2 staking platform which is planned to be launched this December. And yeah, nice to meet everyone. And we're looking forward to learn more about the dashboard and how it looks on Superfluid.
Paulo?
Hey, Paulo. Here in Barcelona. I knew Francesco in Dev Madrid that I participate. Here to learn more about the Superfluid because I want to make a platform to rewind the people who make some kinds of educational products. So I'm here to learn how to make this thing possible and organize things.
Great to have you here, man. Alexander, I'm not sure which Alexander.
Yes. Oh, I guess me. Yes, I'm Alexander. I'm the founder of CreateGen, so a decentralized content sharing platform, just like Patreon. Yeah, I'm very excited for this call, especially with the callbacks, because I've been kind of struggling with it, so it'll be really helpful.
I think this guy.
Hey guys, it's Patrick from the RDI and DAPI teams. Super excited about Superfluid. Thanks so much for the hackathon. That was very enjoyable. And yeah, I'm excited to see this new callback stuff that Meow is going to talk about, because that's one of the things we didn't get to implement in our app. And so I think those are going to be really powerful, like the ERC 777 stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Anybody
I'll
else?
pass it to Victor.
Oh, yeah, sure. So I also work on RDI and worked with Patrick on a hack for Superfluid. I made something called Emanator, which is a sort of NFT automatic auctioning of clones of itself as a content dissemination method. And we use the IDA from Superfluid for that, which is really cool. We're thinking about trying to incorporate the CFAs as well. I'm also a blood mage in Metacartel Ventures, so nice to meet you, Andrew. We are an investor in Reality Cards, so excited to see that one as well too. Yeah, so excited to see how these callbacks work, Meow, because my small brain couldn't make it work on the first pass.
Maybe some team members, Cesar, Damala, Mehul.
Sure. I'm Cesar. I'm Brazilian in Brazil, but usually based there in Estonia with the guys. I'm the designer of Superfluid, so I hope that not only I hope you like, but I hope you also leave a lot of feedback. Tell us your experience and tell us what you're feeling there, and you know, how we can improve. Demola.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Damola. I'm a developer at Superfluid. I'm one of the people that worked on the dashboard you'll be seeing in a bit. I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm really happy to meet you guys and to get feedback on all the work we've done so far. I'll pass it to Mehu.
Hi guys, so my name is Mehul. I work with Superfluid as a full stack developer. I live in Tallinn, and yeah, and thank you all for joining this call. And I'm passing back to mic to Mike.
Who's missing? Do we have anyone who didn't introduce himself? Maybe Santiago? Did you?
I think no.
No, yes.
Hi guys.
Yeah, no.
Santiago,
Hi, Santiago.
here. Yeah, how are you? Well, yeah, I'm a full stack dev. I usually work on bounties and participate in hackathons. I'm here to catch up with all the work that you have been working on Superfluid. I'm really excited to know more about it. Is there anyone else who wants to introduce? I don't know.
Is Nuno up on the call? Or?
No, are you here? I think so.
Probably, yeah, I don't know if he's here, but yeah, let's continue then.
Mike, it's your turn. Don't worry.
Didi didn't talk anything yet. I think he just joined the call, if you haven't noticed. Didi, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? All right, either you are mute or either you didn't want to speak.
All right, let's get going.
You hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I lost the window when I wanted to talk. So, hi guys, I'm Dietmar. I found Superfluid a few weeks ago and was very excited because basically this is an implementation of something I was thinking about for, I think, more than 3 years now. I also did proof of concept already 2017 and kept thinking about this and developing it a bit further, but it never made it into a real project. So very happy to have found this. So this goes even beyond what I imagined. It's very cool. So I'm excited to have found you earlier.
Wow, we are super excited to have you here. Plenty of experience in streaming, I guess.
Yeah, some.
All right, I think we close the circle. Should we move forward? Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to give a plug to your EIP also.
Well, yeah. I mean, about a year ago, I created a draft EP. So basically a proposal for an extension to ERC20 for streamable tokens alongside with proof of concept implementation. But I didn't have much focus on it, and yeah, I lacked this drive. So there wasn't this drive and the resources and everything which I see here. So I'm happy to find a kind of continuation here for that.
Awesome. All right, cool guys. So let's dive into dashboard quickly. You probably have seen this already. Some of you have seen it already. So I'll try to share my screen and bring you through quickly. The idea for this session is for showing what we have built based on mostly community feedback, but it is also for you to tell us what you like, what you don't like, what it does work, what it doesn't work, and give us all the feedback that you can so that we can improve on it and make it even cooler or even better. I feel a bit, it's hard for me to present it all because it's the joint effort of a broad team that touch basically everyone in our company. So it should be really the tech team presenting this as they are the ones building the blocks and our key designers as our, but I'll do it for simplicity for this time, but I'll probably have you guys do it the next time. So let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. Can you see a big unveiled the Superfluid dashboard? Yes, cool. So if you don't see something at some point, please do let me know. So the dashboard is an interface. It's just a huge interface for our protocol. We launched it on October 24th, so it's very young. The idea is to have a one-stop shop for everything Superfluid, so that you have some kind of one place where you can deal with all the Superfluid abilities out there. So where does this live? It lives on our website. If you click Get Started and go to Dashboard, it should get you to this page where you can connect your wallet. So if you're willing, let's do it together. So I do share my screen and I do keep sharing my screen, but feel free to go yourself to app.superfluid.finance and do it in your own computer, just listening to my voice. And if you do go there, we'll paste this link on the chat. If you do go there, we can actually do it together, which is a lot better than me doing it on screen and then nobody can actually do it. So go there and make sure your wallet is tuned to Girly. So make sure you have a wallet on Girly test network. It's better if it's a completely new wallet so that there is no value in there. So let me just do that with a new account. And then we'll start to connect to the dashboard. I'm using MetaMask for convenience, but you can use a bunch of other wallets. And let's see if I connect to the right one. Right, okay. So if you connect your wallet, you should see an onboarding screen, which looks like this one. The idea is to give you Girly, ETH, and test tokens, so you can play with this dashboard in testnet for now. So if you click here, you should receive in a few seconds girly ETH and a bunch of test tokens. And when you click here, you probably see a bit of a tour that guides you through the dashboard. So you might see some windows that tell you how to deposit and how to send or receive tokens and what the different items on the left do. So the idea here would be to start a deposit and start sending tokens through Superfluid. You can do that at any time by clicking deposit and then selecting the token that you want to deposit into Superfluid system. I'll put all of it in there for a while, and then you will be asked to approve. We never unlimited approve, so we only approve the amount that you want to deposit for safety. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see how girly test network works today. It should take up to 30 seconds. But then, yeah, we are approving, and then we will do the actual transaction to deposit. So I hope so far you have been following me on your own computer instead of watching my screen. Yeah, we're just staring at a beautiful animation. But yeah, gas prices, I hope they don't ever go up again. For main.
It is actually a beautiful animation, though. I think that's worth pointing out. Whoever came up with that is a genius. I mean, look at it; it's great.
We have quite a few actually. There's not the only one. You see, we have the ping pong, the pong one. So yeah, let's approve the deposit, and then once you do that, you are unlocked from the onboarding, meaning you can navigate on the dashboard, and the transaction is actually pending. You can find all pending transactions up here. Deposit or send transactions will appear. Also, canceling transaction will appear here, so you know what's not processed yet. And once this goes through, you will have a balance shown up here. So I hope it doesn't take forever on girly again. Altus are coming. We desperately need them. So once that happens, I will have a balance. There you go, 1,000 DAI. Fantastic. So I can actually see this balance is basically 100% of my holdings in Superfluid. And I have no streams, so there is no flow rate and there is no current streams in here. You can find all the currencies that you own in here. So at the moment, I have also USDC in my wallet and TUSDC in my wallet, which I didn't deposit yet. So this is my MetaMask wallet data. And this is what I have in Superfluid with a bunch of stats about what's actually happening in the system. Here you can see all the transactions you made. Of course, I didn't have any streams, so it's empty. And here you can see the activity history, which for now is just a deposit. So if you want, let's just spend maybe 2 minutes, but not more, at sending each other streams. So if you did do this, if you could basically copy paste your new wallet address or an address you can disclose to the public to our HackMD file, which Annette has posted in the chat. And then to whoever does that, I'll send them a stream so that we have a wallet to send to. And you are free to send it to each other, which would be cool to test out the system. So I don't see any addresses pasted there yet. So I'll ask at least someone from my team to do it so I can send a stream so that at least you can see it. Come on, guys. Let's the wallet appear.
I started a stream to you, I think.
Oh, someone has been sending me a stream?
Yeah, that's me. I hope that's okay.
Oh, you've been hacking. How do you get my wallet?
From the Explorer.
Okay, well, that's hacking it. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for sending me a stream. That's a ton of money. Fantastic. I'm going to send it back to you then a little bit, just for the fun of it. So actually, I'm getting a stream in, which is very pleasant to see the numbers going up. And I really like to make 7,200 per month. That's pretty sweet. So what I'll do is I'll actually send you back something. So I can send, just hovering an address, I can send something to the address, or I can use an address and copy paste it on the send button. So on the send menu, you can just go there and then you will just paste any address or an ENS name. And then you select the currency that you deposited, the amount per month, per hour, or if it's a one-off. And then from there, you can start the stream. that's gonna start the stream pending confirmation, and then is appearing here as a pending stream, which is not started yet. So we are basically waiting for blockchain finality on a first confirmation to actually get this going. So I am sending you back only 20, which is feeling great for the UI of this. So this is how streams work. The dashboard is in the making, so you might find glitches or bugs. It's still in alpha. We're gonna soon go into beta. We got a ton of feedback already on things that didn't work, which we fixed. But the idea is just to have a one-stop shop where you can deposit, withdraw, send, and receive money in a super fluid manner. And you have full control of what's going on. So right now I can decide to be very poor and not only cancel my own stream to Didier, but also to actually cancel his own stream to me, because I might not want to receive this stream. So if I go ahead and do that, I will create a cancel transaction, which will, once confirmed, end the stream and put me in a very tough position of actually not receiving an income. And that means that at some point, in this case, in 2025, I'm gonna run out of my DAI in the system, and all streams that I have open to anybody will be closed automatically. So one of the things that Superfluid does that no other protocol really does out there is our streams are open-ended. It's not like in other systems where you set a start date and an end date. It just keeps flowing. So the money that you see here are actually in my wallet directly. So this amount, which is dynamic, is actually on my MetaMask in the token that we're talking about here. So how to see that, for example, is if you go on the currencies tab and you hit add to MetaMask for that specific token, MetaMask will add, in this case, it's called fake DAI-X, which is a test token we're using. But in reality, it would be the Superfluid version of DAI, and we hope to find a way to visualize it fast. So that way you'll be able to look at the wallet that you're looking at and look at the assets, and you should have an amount which is actually dynamic. So it goes only to the third decimal digit, but if you have a very strong stream of high value, the wallet will actually visualize the real-time balance directly on MetaMask, which is kind of hard to find anywhere else in blockchain with streaming so far. So this is a quick tour. I see a bunch of addresses, so I am due to send them some streams. So I'm going to do that quickly and try to do that as much as I can so that we can get going to the next phase. And I hope you receive all the stream. And if you can let us know if you receive the stream, it's great. We should do a bulk stream that's going to be in the pipeline at some point, so we can stream to a bunch of addresses in one go. And yeah, so now I just send to everyone who pasted their address. Thanks a lot for trying this out, guys. Very appreciated. So if you have any issue at any time with our platform, you can hit this chat bubble, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And if you have streams in mainnet which are draining your funds, you might want to go into the settings in here. We will ask for a signature for authentication, and then you'll be able to actually have your email address added here. And this will trigger email notifications to you if the balance is running really low. So if we expect your balance to run out of funds in less than 2 weeks, we will email you to make sure that you can top up or stop your streams and avoid the streams to be stopped at a specific date in the future. So this is a quick tour. I hope you liked it. Just quickly out of the blue, what do you think about it? What can we do better? What is not intuitive? What is puzzling you? You know, and since we have the whole team here, if we can spend like 2 minutes on how to improve the dashboard before we hit mainnet, that would be great.
I like the email alerts. Those are pretty clutch.
Just one tiny little suggestion is I saw underneath your DAI balance, it showed what I took to be the net position that you were in. as far as, you know, it would show you were 7180 up per month, I think, because of the stream coming in exceeding the amount going out. Just might be useful to include just the word net there, or something that makes it clear that you're not just looking at the cumulative amount of just one direction, but like, you know, that it's balanced against the two different sides. Because I was looking for that on there, and I think it was there. It just maybe could be a little bit clearer.
Absolutely, thanks a lot. Any other comments? Anything that doesn't look right? Don't be shy. We need this. Is our gold mine. Is your feedbacks to understand how to steer this in the right direction.
Kiri, Dimitri, it's your chance to get revenge from all the comments I made about your UI.
Yeah, it was too much for ours, so hard to beat. But I can give maybe a couple of comments here. Like the sidebar, the icons there, I think it maybe would make sense to, like when I hover over the icon, maybe to change the color or something, because initially I thought, like when I saw the dashboard, I thought those are the features which are not yet implemented or like disabled for some reason. So like, I don't know, it looked for me like those pages are disabled, but then I actually noticed that, yeah, you can actually also click on them. So maybe like some different color, or hover, when you hover, like it should change to some other color as well. Yeah, so this thing, and also like when I don't know how to describe it, but when I see, like when I just logged into the dashboard, I could see this monthly net flow in USD, and there's like I have zeros there, but just right in the bottom there is two circles, one green and one red, and there is kind of no text. So I don't quite get initially what those two circles mean. If you can follow what I mean.
Absolutely, yes.
Can I post it into the chat, or thank you? Yeah, so otherwise I think the UI is very great. I mean, very like not overwhelmed with information, and it's like very, very clear. Maybe like one more suggestion is to somehow like the outgoing and incoming streams, when I have like a current streams list. I don't have any now, but I saw when Michael was showing them. It was hard to distinguish initially which ones are outgoing and incoming, like maybe some additional text there or something. Could be nice.
Yeah, we got this from a few people, so we might even distinguish them in different spaces so that we don't mix it up. But yeah, it definitely is valuable.
Yeah, and maybe like if you have like a tons of streams, then probably like filtering by I want to see all outgoing or all incoming, those kind of things probably would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it is possible from the streams page, but it's not possible from the dashboard. So there are filters on the streams page or activity history. You can filter by address, or you can filter by activity, incoming, outgoing. Didn't show them, but they're working. But yes, I do understand the complexity in the dashboard itself. Actually, it would be nice to know from you guys what you would like to see in the main page. You know, if this is your bank account in a way, and you are moving funds here and there, if you want to see a summary, if you want to see some, outgoing, incoming transaction, because we can customize the main screen quite a lot. So, if you want the chart there, if you want other bits and pieces, it would be great if you can either post it on the feedbacks via the platform, or let us know, because we are trying to do some surveys to understand what you actually need to have there. All right, I think I took way too much time on the dashboard. Maybe we can move on to the next topic, and thanks everyone for the feedbacks.
Okay, so I think next we have Meow, who's going to talk a bit about the callbacks. So I'm just gonna leave it to him now. So let's see, present. Okay. Hi guys, so this is my screen. Start presentation.
Yeah, thanks. So can you hear him? Do you hear them?
I don't know.
Yes, I can't hear anything.
You can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you.
How about now? Okay, so just set our expectations straight. We're not gonna go too deep into the super apps, but what we can promise is that whoever is building on it, we're gonna spend time for you, dedicated time, let's say next week. Let's reach out to us. We will reach out to you if you express the interest. So we can have a kind of extra call about the details for solving your problem. I know that Creighton, for example, is using callback a lot and facing problems. And I think you guys who are building on it deserve more time from us, and we will definitely arrange that. But from a high level point of view, for people who haven't built the super app yet, we'll give a very quick overview what's our main objective and what we think is good, is fascinating about it, the way why we build it. First, main thing that the super app achieve is atomic transactions using the callbacks. We have two types of callbacks currently. One is ERC777. If you are familiar with it or not, just in short, it's about having a action triggered when you either send a token to the contract or either when the contract sends a token out. So the two types of callback will be called, and we call it atomic transactions because those callbacks will be called within the one transaction, and as a contract you can act on it and combine other activities together with that transaction. If some of the activity fails, like flash loan, and then it will fail the entire transaction without break the state of the contracts. So as an extension, we build extra callbacks for our super agreements. If you are following through this concept, so the thing that Mike showed a while ago, like those flows, we call it CFA. So if you've gone through our docs.superfluid.finance, there are two tutorials. One is about the CFA, aka the constant flow agreement. And the other is IDA, the instant distribution agreement. When you create a flow, that's and when you update the flow or when you delete the flow, and we will trigger the callback for the recipients. For the deletion, it can also trigger for the sender. And within those callbacks, you can do certain actions. For example, you could implement an NFT that when the NFT transferred from A to B, you can trigger a callback or something, right? So, or when you send a stream rather to the NFT. So you can trigger all kinds of callbacks and make the transaction atomic and combine the other logics. This feature also available for IDA. I will not go to the details until we have the kind of UI for you, but for people already read the tutorial, actually we have a lot of hackathon projects using the IDA, which means that it's quite useful. Also, we'll do better in the coming weeks to improve our DevX side of things, to have more documentation and eventually also mainnet, which a lot of people are asking for, and we'll be sharing a little bit about that also. All in all, two callbacks enable two things we think is critical to enable in the DApp space, which one is better UX. We talk a lot about the approve and transfer kind of a paradigm. It's not even a paradigm, it's just broken, the experience. So 777 is supposed to solve that, but it's not as widely used. And we think that by combining every feature to our super tokens, and we're actually making people making a reason to use the 777. Actually, we'll have a very cool demo. Just after this, you will see what do I mean in action. And with those combined, I think we are creating kind of magic money, and that's our kind of bet on that will create a better UX for the dApp space and will create kind of magic money that can do things more than just transfer, receive, and some DeFi. No, we'll make it magical, right? So that's the reason. Also, another thing that we enable is that you saw our user dashboard, and one of the magic enabled by our user dashboard is that because it's callback, so those actions could be enabled by simply transfer a token from one address to the other, or by simply send a stream to one or the other. So you don't need to build extra UI already. So our UI already does those for you. So imagine you go to hackathon, right? You build the Solidity smart contracts, and then you would have already a UI built for you without going that hoop, right? So now let's come to the point that Francesco will show you a demo about both callbacks.
Yeah, so basically like Miao was saying, really all you have to do is write Solidity, register an ENS name. You don't really have to, but the UX is much better if you do. And then you can immediately use the app. So I'm just going to show you here. So we have this address. So I'm currently receiving and sending some DAI, but I've been asked to send someone some USDC, right? So I don't currently have any, but what I can do is simply go here and write swap.eth. Swap.eth. And I'm going to swap 50 DAI. So here I select one off. This means it's not a stream, it's just a transfer.
It's a 777 callback, just to be sure.
So it's a transfer, which will trigger a 777 callback. So I send this, and I'm basically just sending money to this contract, which is called swap.eth, right? So the UX is very simple. Confirm, and now obviously we have to wait a second, but as soon as it's confirmed, I should have some USDC here. So I can go along and send Damola some USDC. Yeah, I have to wait for it to appear. Let's see. Transaction was confirmed. Let's see.
I think you still have it pending. Yeah, there you go.
It's still pending. Okay, here you go. Yeah, there you go. So now I have 50 USDC. So I can go ahead and send Damola some USDC.
This is now utilizing the stream callbacks.
So I'm just going to send him some USDC. And so when this happens, basically, I'm going to start losing a lot of money, right? Because I'm sending him like 10,000 a month. So my USDC is going to run out at some point. So what I can do is I go back to swap.eth and I exchange some DAI in a stream for USDC. So when I open this stream, so by doing this, basically I didn't have any USDC a couple of transactions ago, and now I'm basically streaming USDC to Damola, which I didn't have before. So yeah, I don't know if the demo is comprehensible, but basically go here, write swap.eth, and you can exchange DAI for USDC in one transaction, right? And this is a kind of UX that doesn't exist yet in DeFi, but we can uniquely enable using these callbacks.
And this is streaming. This isn't an instant distribution, right?
Yes, this is streaming. Sorry, I should stop sharing. So this is streaming. As you can see, the money's going at the same time. So if I go to currencies, you see I'm receiving and sending at the same time, right? So I'm sending 1,000 USDC to Damola. I'm receiving 10,000 per month by swap.eth, which I am sending from DAI, right? So comes into my account, leaves my account, and it's all done through callbacks, right? So in a couple of transactions, I basically triggered all of that. So just to go back to Miao, and Miao is now gonna kind of show you a bit what you need to do to make this happen.
Yeah, so I just want to go back slightly quickly about something about the user data. So the thing here you see is that when you send a token, you trigger one action. But if you want to parameterize the action, it's called the user data. So as a user, you can put extra parameter to indicate what kind of action you want from the callbacks. So that is available already for 777, and that's something we'll bring it in the next release for our callbacks. So that will make our callback more useful, and you will see actually more magic coming from our dashboard. So stay tuned. I'll go really high level. I'm not going to go through code details. So for example, this 777 callback you saw in action is enabled by a simple code like this, right? So you in a constructor, you register yourself as a token recipient interface from the ERC 1820 registry. Once you have that, then you just need to implement the function. And in this particular function, it basically does a swap from token 1 to token 2. It's not a real exchange, we know, it's just a demo purpose. So it will basically swap that if you send token 1 to the contract, it will give you token 2 back if the contract happen to have that amount. Conversely for the token 2. For the Superfluid callbacks, it has three types, one for created agreement, updated agreement, and terminated agreement. And there are two hooks. One is before the agreement happens, and the one is after the agreement happens. So in total, there are 6 callbacks. And the interface is fairly straightforward, and one of the magic functions called decode context. So that's where you can get who is actually the sender of the agreement updater. And there are a couple of other information that most of app builder wouldn't need to care. And all you need to do is that you register, say, after agreement is created, I want to do an exchange, and all the magic happens here. So you could go to our public preview repository and example integration to find a couple of examples, and we will improve the documents in the coming weeks. And so stay tuned. You will have more examples and more documentation about how to build that. But in general, it should be fairly straightforward about both type of callbacks. And I just want, since already some of the folks here are already building the Superfluid apps, and just want to notify that the upcoming change big through mainnet. And after mainnet, it means no breaking change, because this next release will have some breaking changes. They're for good things, right? One of the big things is the user data field, so that you could create callbacks with configurable informations. And also that one small fix is that in a delete flow callback, you would see sender and receiver, so that you know if it's receiver delete flow or sender delete flow. And a couple of other things that I'm not going to enumerate here. And we'll keep some excitement that not spelled out here, but we have some exciting UX magic coming in the coming weeks. And for the vision that we laid out before, if I go back, is about for this vision of you just build, you register, and you can use immediately. Imagine you go to hackathon with that. That's going to be a great experience that I think for a lot of people to focus on building that business logic instead of creating UX in a hackathon, which we know that in a hackathon is the most hectic thing, is to create the UX. So yeah, so that's it. And if you want to follow up more, follow our Twitter, play with our dashboard, go to our website, check out where's our community information, documentation and community information. So yeah.
Cool. So
looking that in action is absolutely astonishing.
Alex, was that helpful?
Yeah, for now. Definitely.
Yeah, I guess also Santiago might want to use these in the next work he's doing. And I know for a fact, so we have here Mick. So Mick is from the PyDAO. I don't know if you guys know PyDAO, but it's one of the coolest projects in DeFi, in my opinion. A great community and a great concept of building these decentralized ETFs. And we think there's a really cool integration we can build for them, where you would be able to stream DAI or USDC or some other token directly into a PyDAO ETF. So you stream DAI and you get back an index of all the DeFi tokens. So that's the kind of UX that we think we can probably build into our dashboard. So yeah, Nick, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's cool. I just joined because I had some other call. Yeah, basically we have this concept called the oven, because minting pies is very expensive, especially if they contain like I don't know, 15 tokens. So then like if you need to mint those, source them from Uniswap, you're gonna pay I don't know, like 4 million gas or something. So we created this thing. It's called the oven, where basically people pool Ether for now. We're also working on stable coins soon-ish. And then after like 10 ETH or 20 ETH has been accrued in total, we basically do it in batches and we pay for the gas, which reduces the gas cost by 97% for the users. So that's pretty good. And like if you can stream money into the oven, you could basically dollar cost average into pies, which is pretty awesome. And I also saw the example of the streaming exchange sort of. Does it only work with stables, like where the ratio is 1-to-1, or can you also do like swaps on the fly all the time with changing prices? Or
it's so this is meant as a simple kind of proof of concept, more to showcase that it can work. Like honestly, if you want to break it, you just have to just ask for 100,000 DAI and you'll break it. Like it doesn't have that much business logic to it right now. And the simplest business logic is one-to-one exchange.
Yeah.
I do think one-to-one is very simple, and we can probably build it with some extra logic, and it will work on mainnet. What you're proposing is possible, but probably would need some extra pieces. With our current pieces, you can't really do variable streams, so it would probably be quite complicated to do, say, a DAI to Ether exchange, right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely something we're thinking about and seeing how we can make it happen.
Yeah, you need like to batch them almost oven like batching, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we could do oven-like batching. So you send money in, and then every now and then you kind of switch it over, right? That's kind of that's always possible, and I think it's the pattern that makes the most sense for these kinds of things.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Do we have any questions? I think we have a floor open now for anyone who has questions or suggestions or improvements, or just if you want to share something with the community, we'd love to hear it.
Hey, Alexander here from Creaton. So I'm just thinking, because my app will have like a lot of streams happening, should I just kind of create my own dashboard, or should I redirect users to your guys' dashboard, or will I be able to embed it somehow? Yeah.
I think maybe it depends on how complex your use case is. If your use case is like, if you're building something which has multiple information points and it's kind of complex, you probably are better off to do your own UI for now, or use bits and pieces that you can find already out there. So like build it, even with some libraries that allow you to put it up together very quickly. If it is a very simple kind of or no high information environment, then maybe we can try to put it in our dashboard. It's just our thinking goes in the direction of lowering the effort needed for that massive UI and UX work that everyone has to do in crypto, and then just ship the logic very quickly to the end user. However, I'm not sure we can really bring in very complicated use cases. So I do know Creaton a little bit. What do you think, Fran?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely our dashboard is never going to display the user's content, right? Like Creator is all about creators making, publishing videos and images and all of this stuff. And that's not what our dashboard will ever show. But if you think it would save you time to offload the payment side, then I see that, if it saves you time, then sure. Like realistically, you just need to register an ENS for each user, and then if they come to the dashboard, open a stream, and they could trigger that, then go back to create and bam, they're subscribed. You could do that. I mean, it's up to you, really. It's your UX, but if it saves time, at least at the beginning, why not, right? I mean, up to you. It's all open source anyway, right? It's all on the blockchain.
Okay,
So.
oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, it's mainly just for users that like want to see to how many creators they're streaming, to see just a list of it, to get like an overview of how much money is being spent every month. Yeah, I guess I could just try to do that for now. Yeah, thanks.
So one thing that you will be able to show, for example, on our dashboard, when not yet, it's not enabled yet, but you will be able to show the ENS, like instead of the address, the ENS will show, and instead of the block key, you could be able to put an avatar. So in that case, if you're streaming to 10 creators, then you would be able to basically see the image of the 10 creators. So the dashboard would show you probably enough information regarding the payment, like wouldn't be too obscure.
Oh yeah, that's really great.
I have a question here as well. Do you guys thought about doing like iframes similarly to, let's say, Portis does? Like if I would, let's say, in the app will create a button to set up a stream, then it will like pop up like a frame, which will just like ask for confirmation and send a transaction, something like this, or describe a bit more about the stream.
It is something we could potentially build, yes. I think there's always the option of so it's always about on your website, on our website, right?
Yeah.
If you look at kind of the latest PayPal experience, they actually send you to paypal.com because it's safer. So you can do things in iframes, and it's something we're exploring, but I'm not sure if we'll publish it in the end. We're still kind of thinking about that.
Can you set like payment request links? Like I want a stream of $10 from you, and I have a link.
Yeah, we'll definitely have payment request links. So you click the link, it takes you to our dashboard, and it pre-fills everything. That's definitely a feature that makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, like it would be cool if you then could also attach like a destination URL afterwards, right? So you can sort of like this whole payment thing. You go back to the site again, like you hop out and then you hop back in again.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea, actually. Guys, take notes. So yeah, Andrew, for example, I remember talking to you ages ago about this, and these callbacks are the way you could potentially build reality cards, right? So you could have your kind of reality card as an NFT, which user sends stream to, and then the second user that sends a stream triggers a callback that kind of cancels the previous user's NFT, the previous user's stream, and like kind of builds up from there. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to say I think I see what you mean. I definitely need to spend more time to properly understand this. But yeah, the concept of it absolutely makes sense. I think there's a huge opportunity for collaboration here. It sounds fantastic. I need to commit myself to understanding this fully. Thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing reality cards.
All right. Do we have more questions? We are almost at the end of the hour, so this has gone quite fast. Yeah, if you have any feedbacks, ideas, or if you have any issues with your projects, we of course would like to help as much as we can. So let us know on Discord or anywhere, really. We are trying to boost our, DevX and our documentation. So we know it's like lacking and it's very initial, kind of rudimental for now, but we'll try to boost it up.
Do you guys have any updates on audits and roadmap to mainnet?
Yeah, so audit-wise, we currently have an audit in process. We will be basically ramping up our testing. We honestly believe more in testing than audits, because in the end, audits, if you show me one firm that hasn't had a hack after auditing something, you can probably win a prize. So testing is kind of core for us. After that, we might have a second audit. We are currently talking with a couple of companies that have decent reputations, and mainnet is also coming soon, but not going to commit to a date right now because we've smashed through a couple of deadlines already, so it's not worth it. We definitely want to get it right. So I don't think there's any rush. We'd rather get it right and get it right first time. So we can build and testnet for now and get ready to audit afterwards. What is this, Meow? This is the code coverage. Okay.
Yeah, it's just show that we are trying to increase code coverage and increase our test cases and make sure that the code quality is high before we go to mainnet. As Frank said, we also have auditing ongoing, so it will be as Frank said, we're not going to promise a time, but it's always as you can see, we're not far in the sense that we have high code coverage already. Yes, so.
Yeah, so that's 100% on most of the metrics. I don't know. For example, let's see, Andrew, what's the testing on your contracts?
Sorry, you asked me. I don't understand the question. Sorry, what do you mean? I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you also have 100% test coverage on your code? Like, how are you thinking about this?
Mostly, yeah. And I agree with you that trying to rely on audits as a first step is not the right approach, because as you mentioned, there's a lot of precedent of that not being good enough. So yeah, the priority should be to do everything internally and then have an audit as well to be sure, but 100% agreed. And we would like to aim for that. Let's leave it like that for now.
Nice, thanks. All right, does anybody else have any questions, or I think?
Is it time to wrap up? Can you wrap up?
It looks like it.
Yeah, let's don't make it this super long. Thank you so much everyone for attending this call. It was a blast for us to host you all. Thank you so much for all the valuable feedback and questions that you guys had. On our team, we will try to work as hard as possible to make your wishes come true. And we hope to see you on our next community call, which will happen somewhere in January. In the meantime, thank you so much all for attending. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy the New Year's Eve and all the celebrations. And ship it hard. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.